What is up, guys? Big A here, Big A's Barbecue Garage. So today we are obviously not at our house. We are on a beautiful private 24-acre lake, and man, we are here visiting my brother. And today we're just wanting to really show how you can, go anywhere and smoke, reverse sear, do whatever you need to do. I borrowed my nephew's kettles, so he's new to barbecuing and grilling, and doesn't have the setups that I have. The walls, the cast iron grates, everything. Everything here is basic. So we have charcoal, we have an aluminum pan. We're going to be doing offset to be able to reverse sear some steaks. We have a tomahawk ribeye that he purchased, and we're going to reverse sear that. It's been salt brining. We also have filet mignon, and we have some tri-tip. And so we're going to be cooking for the family tonight, doing some potatoes. But today we've actually just been spending the day fishing out here. I mean, come on, look at that. How can you not? All right, guys, as you see, this is a copper kettle, and we are set up indirect with aluminum pan, coals. We're going to be using a fire starter over here. The other one also set up the exact same way, and it's just a little bit taller. They're basically the same thing, except the Master Touch is a few inches taller, and you can rest your lid back on the lid holder. But yeah, we're going to keep it simple today. These are the original grates that came with it. No cast iron grates today, but you can still get a great sear, a great color on those steaks, and we're going to show you how. So we've got our fire going. We use some tumbleweeds. You'll see this little wood chunk right here. That's just to help get the fire going a little bit, but that's a whiskey barrel wood chunk. Same exact setup over here. And apparently, after talking to my nephew, this is his first love, which is the Master Touch. He considers this one his side piece, so I don't know, but you can tell one is taken care of and one is not. So, but we've already had that discussion today. But make sure you clean your grills. That's why they fall apart. Keep that grease, keep all that junk down in there out of them, or they'll rust away. All right, guys, we are back. We've already seasoned our steak. This is our tri-tip. This is part of the beef tenderloin that we did. This is just the tail pieces that we're going to go ahead and smoke too from our fillets. And we're going to get these on the copper one. Well, didn't want to hook, but I'm going to put this one on this one just because on this kettle, because this is a thicker cut and this one's running a little bit hotter right now. But we can also move these smaller pieces to the back so they're not cooking as fast. But we're going to get these on here. We're going to get this one rolling. All right. Then we've got our filet mignon. All this is kosher salt, coarse black pepper, and granulated garlic. And that is the only way that we season these. We do have a compound butter that we have mixed up. We're going to place these back here. Put these smaller ones to the back, and we can put these thicker ones a little closer. We're aiming to go mid-rare on all of these. As you see, our coals are going good. That's another one of those whiskey barrel chunks. And today, we have an instant read thermometer, but that's it. We're not going to probe these the whole time, the whole cook. We don't probe these the whole time, so we never do. And once you start learning how to know how long they should be on there, the tri-tip should be about 45 minutes to an hour. These may not be as long, but once again, this pit is burning at a lower temperature than what this one is. So we can kind of put them on at the same time and gauge that. Plus, that tri-tip can rest just a hair longer than the filet mignon. But we're going to come back here in a little bit once we know they've been smoking and get that flavor, and then we're going to start searing these guys off. So, all right, guys, we're back. These steaks have been cooking for about 45 minutes on reverse sear. We've been smoking once again. We had lump royal oak charcoal, and we took about 45 minutes. We've been fishing, so I kind of lost time frame a little bit. But we're sitting at about 110, so these don't have to sear off too long. But we've let these coals get really, really hot on each one of them, as you see. So we're gonna go ahead and start searing these off. I mean, you can hear that sizzle. You can see them flames. And while these are going, I'm gonna take this tomahawk ribeye over here. Man, it looks amazing. We're gonna just throw that on there. Let that one get going. Now guys, I do have insulated gloves on under here, so don't panic. But I don't like to use tongs. I don't like to use all that stuff. I just like to use my hands because I can get a feel for the steaks and how they are. Of course, as you see, this one's flaming up a little bit more because of the fat content that's rendering out. And it'll do that, but man, that creates such a great crust on that steak. And we're not basting these because, once again, sometimes you run into a situation you don't have everything with you. And we do have a compound butter that we've created though, so we didn't baste them as we're doing this. I typically do, as you've seen in previous videos. But we're gonna take this one off. Let it sit there for a minute and you can just see it char. And guys, I know what you're thinking, oh, that's gonna taste bad, it's burnt. That is not burnt. That is a crust, an amazing crust at that. And we just want to keep an eye on this temp. We've got this little thermopop. This is my nephew's. And you know, we didn't have our thermopan that we typically use. But once again, just keep an eye on your temps. You always want to have a thermometer. If you know, there's sometimes if you can't afford a thermopop, thermopan, whatever, you can still get all the other ones. It may just take a few more seconds to read. But once again, you know, I've worked slowly up to this. And we're just going to continue to monitor these temps. We know that one's fine. That big boy can take it. And sometimes these won't caramelize and crust up because the fat content in these filet mignons aren't the same as those ribeyes. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off again. Let some of that fat burn off of there before we throw that tri-tip on there. What we may do, since these flames are bigger over here, we may move some of these over. But we're gonna go ahead and double check this tri-tip, see what we're at. We're aiming for medium rare on all these. Some of them I'm gonna go a little more because my mother does not like medium rare. And which is totally fine. But guys, we're gonna finish searing these off. We're gonna do the tri-tip. We're gonna get these tails done. We're gonna finish these fillets. And when we come back, we'll have a compound butter on these. They'll be rested and we'll be ready to slice and eat. Okay guys, this is it. We're gonna find out how we did. We have our tri-tip right here. We have one of our fillets. And then we have this beautiful tomahawk ribeye. Most of these we're aiming for mid-rare, medium. So once again, we did a lot of things that we just had to kind of wing it. Not really wing it, but we're just trying to have a good time, spend time with the family, and we didn't bring all of our supplies. So we did bring one of our cutting boards. I brought my knives, but that's basically all the stuff that I brought and my seasoning. So we're gonna check out this filet first. It looks good. We had some compound butter put on here. And we'll slice into this just to see. Oh yeah, perfect cook, medium rare. We're gonna take one slice from this beautiful tri-tip as well. Same. And of course, we will cut in all directions because the grain is going to change directions on that one. And man, this ribeye, we're just going to do a cross section of it just to see how it looks. And there you go. All right, guys, that just goes to show you can still do it. Don't have your grills, don't have your normal setup. Give it a try. Salt, pepper, garlic, compound butter, and my family's ready to eat. See you guys next time.